Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond Paper. I'm Zora and I finally have a video up. Alright, I'm really excited to show you guys this new product. I have been searching forever for these Jane Davenport neutral watercolors, and I was just kind of perusing my local Michael's store and they were finally in. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally open these up. So, let's go ahead and get started. I've been searching forever for these. Like 4 months. 4 months I have been searching for these. So it comes in like a little tin case. I really like these. So I can just slide my finger in there and paint. Some mixing trays. I'm a big fan of those mixing trays. I'm going to move this paper out of the way. Includes 3 primaries and a special selected set of colors. Alright, so all this is saying is it's just kind of welcoming you to the product. So they give you this nice little swatch sheet. That's nice. Aw, they're named. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up while I take these all out. But the colors that I got in here are Mango, Apple, Blueberry, Dove, Unicorn, Raven, Vitamin C, Sand, Buff, Spice, Kiss Kiss, and Cocoa. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump this into time lapse, and yeah, I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so I got them all out here, and I noticed while I was opening them, I think you can lift this pan out. Am I right? Oh, yep, right here. So you can lift these out. Oh, it looks like there's more like mixing trays under here. That's neat. That's very neat. So if I didn't want this whole tin out, I could just pull my trays and set them off to the side. I'm just gonna set them back in there for now. One thing I did notice about these is they're really, let's see if I can, they're really crumbly, and that particularly doesn't bother me too much, but I'm kind of curious about why. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swatch these out on this paper, and I have 2 brushes with me. They're just water pen brushes, but the first one is your normal everyday water brush, and then the other one I got in a sketch box in my May sketch box, and I'll leave that description somewhere. But it's like a marker nib, and so I was really curious about how that would work with these. So just for swatching them out on here, I'm going to use my regular brush right here. And let me grab my towel. And I'm just going to speed this up into a time lapse here in a minute. But overall, let's see here. So it doesn't take very much water to activate it. Ooh. Ooh. I think I like these. The actual paint, like the cake, the paint cake, is absorbing a lot of the water. But that's probably because it's so dry. That doesn't bother me. This paper they gave me to swatch this out on, it's very smooth, so that's why I have this other paper over here. Oh, yikes. Do you see that? That just dyed my pen. Well, okay. This is one of the first times I've used this pen. It's fairly new, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that up. And I'll just use this one for the rest of my swatching. So now I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here are the colors, and I really like how they turned out. They're pretty vibrant, and I'm really pleased with the vibrancy of them. So, this looks fine to me. I don't think I'm gonna swatch it over to here because honestly, that's good enough for me. I didn't expect this paper to hold up, and it kind of worked fairly well as watercolor paper. And I like it because now I can stand it up and see all my colors. So, yes, I like them. I like them very much. These are really my only skin-toned colors. And then I have the 3 primaries and some blacks. The black wasn't as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. It probably is more pigmented if I use more of it, but that's okay. I don't mind too much. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to a picture that I've already sketched up, and I'm gonna watercolor that using only these. So let's get to it.
So the first thing I want to say is I'm sorry. I am so sorry I didn't get a video up last week. I'm sorry that this video is late. My summer is crazy. I'm gonna be gone all but 2 weeks this summer, and this was one of those weeks that I was gonna be home. So if you don't get a video some week, I'm not promising a video every week for the summer schedule, just because I'm not gonna be around very long to make videos. So I just wanted to give you guys like a heads up that I'm not going to be able to commit to a video every week this summer, but I will try my absolute hardest to get videos up. Also, so now that that's all said and done, I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say within that, but let's get into the review. These watercolors were a lot of fun to work with. I liked them. There were a couple of cons, there were a couple of pros, so I'm just gonna start with all my pros because why not? The colors were extremely pigmented. As you can see, that red and the blue were really nice. I did mix the white in and I really liked it. They were fairly easy to mix, which I feel like that's a given since they're watercolors, but yes, they were very easy to mix, but the orange, here's one of my cons, is not orange, but the yellow, the mango color. It was really, really orange. So right here, I'm mixing it with the blue, and it turned into this, like, ugly puke green. And I'm not very good at mixing colors to begin with, but that was not the color I wanted. And I know I said at the beginning that I wanted to keep it to using only this palette, but that was impossible with these 3 primary colors because these primary colors weren't very primary. I'm swatching them out right there, and they looked awful, and I just didn't like them at all. They were awful. I don't like the yellow. It was too orangey, so I pulled out my Aquafine color so I could use my yellows and my greens in that, because I just couldn't get a color, and after I couldn't mix a green, I didn't even try mixing a purple. I just used my already pre-mixed tube purple that is also in my Aquafine palette. So that was one of my cons. My other 2 pros is, once I switched over to a normal brush, as I was swatching them earlier, you saw that I had some trouble with my water brush, and then my other brush I had some trouble with. I don't know what was going on with my brushes, but I just completely ditched my water brushes and grabbed my traditional dry watercolor brushes and did it the way I normally do. And I like it a lot better that way. They were a lot easier to work with. I don't know what was going on that day that I couldn't use my water brushes, but for some reason it just wasn't working for me. And then my last pro that I could think of to say about these is the cakes. Even though the cakes were really dry, they didn't crumble. If I rubbed my finger on them, they didn't come off onto my finger very much, which I liked because a lot of watercolors come out chalky, but these did not. They weren't very chalky at all. Even after they dried, they weren't chalky, and I really appreciate that. And then also, they didn't absorb the water. I know I said it earlier that they were absorbing the water, but that was before I realized that it was actually my watercolor brush that was absorbing the pigment back up into the brush in the water. So the cakes themselves don't absorb the water a lot, which that wasn't a con or a pro to me, but I liked the fact that they didn't. So yeah. And then my cons. So the skin tones, you can see that the only skin tones I really had were on that bottom row, and they were really warm. I wish I would have had a few more cooler skin tones to work with, and I kind of feel like I would have preferred to have all skin tones within the 12 colors rather than the 3 primaries and the gray and the black and the white. Although I don't mind having the gray or the black or the white because I don't have very many grays. I have blacks and whites, but I don't have many grays. And so I appreciate having the gray. But I wish there were more skin tone colors in the palette. But for the most part, I could mix my colors, the skin tones, and it wasn't too bad. But I do wish there were more skin tone colors rather than the 3 primaries. But if that's not an issue for you, then by all means, go ahead and get the palette because they were beautiful. But yeah, this is actually a really good palette. If you don't know how to mix skin tones with watercolors, this is a good starter palette. I would still like to learn how to mix skin tones with watercolors just because there aren't any cooler skin tones in this palette. But that's totally fine. And that's all I had to say. Oh, well, since I still have a lot of time left, I can talk about this painting. I'm sure, as you all have noticed recently on my Instagram account, yes, I've been playing Pokemon Moon. And it's a lot of fun. Okay, I play Pokemon Go. And I like Pokemon Go. It's fun. But I just don't really walk at all. So I wanted to rent an actual Pokemon game, and I went ahead and rented Moon because I had heard more about Moon than any of the others. So I just went ahead and rented Moon. And it's a lot of fun. I started out, so this is my character actually on Pokemon, that's my trainer. Her name is Kira, and I started off with the little Litten in her arms, and I named him Raji. And then the other 2 are, well, they are some of my favorites, but my favorites are no longer limited to those 3. But we have the Petillia, I don't know, it's the one on her shoulder, and I named that one Petunia, and the little, what is it called, Driftloon or something like that, the one flying around that's purple and circular, I named that one Cotton Ball, and I recently just leveled, or they call it evolved, but I just leveled up my little Driftloon, and now he's a Drifblimp, and he's not so cute anymore, but I still really love him. And my Litten has evolved into the highest one that it goes to, which I think is the Incineroar? Yes. Anyway, to me, it will still always be my little Litten because it's so cute. And I'm like, wow, my babies are all grown up now. I haven't evolved Petunia yet because I need a sunstone and I don't know where to get one, and I'm looking all over to find one. and I was told I could find one in Olivia's shop, but Olivia's shop doesn't have one, and I need one really bad so that I can upgrade her. But it's okay. I really like my little Pokemon and my trainer. I like her too. I'm still trying to find a hat. As of right now, she has blue shoes. I got blue shoes last night, and I changed her socks to black and white striped socks. But I need a hat for her because I don't like that hat very much. It looks like a glove flower type thing. I don't even know, but I don't like it as much, and I want to change it, but it's okay. It's a really fun game. It's actually one of the very first Pokemon games that I've played aside from Pokemon Go, and I really like it. It's really cheesy, and there's more of a storyline than actually playing. And when there is playing, it's like an RPG. So it's just back and forth, and it doesn't stress me out. It's about as much as I can handle in a video game. But, yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. So I guess I'll talk about what I'm doing in the painting, because I have nothing else to say, and part of me feels like I shouldn't ramble on. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to just sit there with music playing. I don't like that. I get bored after a little while. I like hearing people talk. Oh, my iPod died right here. So I had to switch it over to my pad to finish recording it, which is why you didn't see the sky being colored. I didn't realize it died on me. But, yeah, so that's why it's at the weird angle. But let me know if you guys like different angles in the drawings, because if you do, I can do that. That's not an issue for me. Excuse me. So here I am signing it, and thank you guys so much for watching this. If you're still sticking around and listening to all of my rambling, thanks for staying. And yeah, let me know if you like the different angles, because I can give you guys different angles. That's cool with me. So anyway, I hope you liked this piece. I hope you liked this video. It's a lot longer than I normally do. But thanks for watching, and this is Zora Sanchez signing off. Bye-bye!